and she will make a new seam only on that side. And she can either go all the way down at that new size, or she can work her way over to
blend it in.
the current. And then all she really needs to do is cut the strings real short, and they'll be underneath the cuff. It will never show. Now, we don't recommend doing this kind of work if you're making an heirloom. And if you are making a replacement for the Dollar Tree stocking, it still looks beautiful when it's done. We're definitely not minimizing the final product, but we are trying to make the process quicker, efficient. Excellent. Okay, so now that cuff is, we know it's ready, and if she would put it on her arm with this is considered the raw edge or the top of the stocking. So she would put that on her arm, just set it there. Now if she will grab the stocking in with that hand and slide it down on there, it's already open. It's much easier to get it onto the stocking top. You don't have to do it this way, but after I was doing 27 of them in one evening, I found that made it much quicker. My fingers got real dry from handling all the fabric, and it was hard to get that piece to open up. I was working with Lemay, on several, and it was just really hard to get them to open. But if I just put it on my arm right after I stitched those side seams. Now, I was finding it was quickest for me to sew the cuff side seams first, then slide that on my arm, then sew the stocking, having measured to make sure that I'm making my seam allowances exact to fit each other. The allowance itself doesn't matter, but those distances have to be the same. You know, some of you might be really clever and come up with some kind of a stick or a ruler and just say, I'm going to make every opening, I don't know, 5 inches, 6 inches, whatever it is. That would be a really slick trick too. Put a piece of tape, and like we have here, if we would have marked it. Yeah, now look, perfect. They're going to be perfect. Now let's just say they're slightly off. One thing I did discover, if the stocking ends up, and this is a stocking, if it ends up being just a little bit big, and you get this bubble coming along, you can actually put a pleat in there if it's not huge. If it's a small pleat, this cuff is going to fold up and over, and that will be a good 4 inches buried somewhere. It's not going to be a problem. But you cannot do a pleat or a tuck into the cuff because that's front and center and it'll show. So, not saying you're going to find a lot of those in my stockings, but if you look close, possibly. So now she's going to, and we need to have our ribbon.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The difference on this one.
Let me grab a ribbon for her.
Okay.
Luckily they're behind me. Sorry about the shaky camera. Okay.
All right.
And now this time, the ribbon is going to be inserted a little differently. We're going to fold it in half and then tuck it in, and the raw edges go up to the top of where we're sewing, not the loop. The loop has to be down toward the toe. And what she'll do, yesterday I just placed the ribbon half on, like centered on the seam.
Wow.
And word of caution, make sure you're attaching it to the seam that goes down the heel side of the boot, not the,
There you
the
go.
other side.
There you go.
Your toe
Toe.
side.
The toe side.
Yeah, I did do that twice and have to spend time with best friend. Again, you know, we're not doing crazy back stitching, so it wasn't hard to unstitch, but it wasn't fun either.
Okay.
I felt like I could have finished a whole stocking in the amount of time I spent remediating, so. All right, so now, believe it or not, once she gets around this little seam here at the top of the boot or stocking, the stocking's done. It's ready to go to the pressing crew, and then go to the crew that gets the fun. So there's really the two side seams on the cuff, the one seam that goes all the way around the stocking, and then this one at the top. That's your basic step 1, step 2, step 3. There's lots of fine details in the middle there. But hopefully this video will help cover some of that. Is the bobbin working? Oh, there's just a long string.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And I would guess, we can't see it, but I'm pretty sure Clara probably double stitched, you know, went over where she started a
Right.
good bit. Rather than back stitching, it's just more efficient to just over stitch as you come back and finish. Okay.
All right. Let's
So
see
now
what.
she'll pull that up and then she'll pull the stocking out and we'll have the big reveal. Now we did do a toe on this one as well. You don't
Oh.
have to do the toe on there. We're just having fun, being creative and, you know, even some fun ideas. You could tuck a little bit of lace behind where we did that top stitching. You'll see it in a minute. If you wanted to add some lace or some pom-poms or, I don't know, you know, whatever, be creative. Use some of that fun stuff you bought but never found a good use for.
Even the cutouts that, you know, Dollar Tree has, I noticed this morning when I went to Dollar Tree, all the little cutouts they have, the little snowmen, you could even applique them on there,
Oh,
you
that
know,
would
or
be
tack them on.
fun.
That
You
would,
could. A little bit of free motion to get them on there, and that would be super cute.
and all you're doing
Yeah.
is you're just turning it, and then your double, your fold is right there.
Yep, the fold's right at the very top edge.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Now, the nice thing about felt cuff, we don't have to hem it.
No.
If that was fabric, we would have had to hem it, you know, so that would be one more extra step. Obviously not a painful one, but we are loving the felt. It makes it go quicker.
Look at there.
Look at that. That's so cute. So, you know, like even rickrack along here would have been
Yeah.
cute. But keep in mind, we can't have them all be girl. So,
No,
you know, we
that's
don't
true.
want lace on all of them because we've got little boys who are going to have Christmas stockings too. So we may need some that are gender neutral, and I would call this one gender neutral.
I would too.
Love it.
I think it turned out
Okay.
cute.
All right, so
All
I
righty.
think we've covered all the topics. If you want to give us feedback, you can let us know if we missed something important. Now let's look. Miss Mary, our beautiful Halloween girl, has finished her first one, and look at that, Mary. Let's see. Look at.
Look at that.
Nice. And now green stitching would be fine here, white stitching would be fine, black stitching would be fine, red stitching is great. Look at that. That is so cute. And of course, I do want to say, when you're working with lame, do not put your hot iron on it. It will melt.
Oh.
So when that gets to the pressing crew, this is my reminder that they need to use a pressing cloth over it between the iron and that, or cool down iron. Problem with the cool down iron, for that, this needs a hot iron. This needs to be as hot as it can be, and steam would be great. This needs to be cool. So if you would rather be able to iron the whole thing using the hot steam iron, just put a cloth over these two parts and then you're good to go. Cute. These are going to be adorable. Thank you, ladies. Miss Annie's back here. She's trying to hide. She thinks she's getting out of being on the video. Where's your stocking, Miss Annie? Look at this. And not only did she finish her first stocking, but she's been teaching Mary. So if you've heard talking, that's Miss Annie trying to help Miss Mary with the process. Thank you for doing that, Miss Annie. We love you. We love all our We So Love sewers. Thank you.
Thank you.